DDP, yo. How's it going, DDP? I feel like my sound settings are messed up. I don't know how, I guess it's loud enough. Music's maybe a smidge loud, I don't know. I know some people prefer it a bit louder, but Painty, hello. Hello. Welcome in. Everyone probably already knows Painty already, but there's a shout out. Hola, Deep Toot. We missed you on Tuesday. Of course. I'm trying to get better at it. Trying to get better at shouting out. But I always forget. I forgore. Speaking of forgoring, God, what am I doing? I feel like I'm forgetting something that I need to do. What is it? What is it that I am forgetting to do? Lights are on, background's on. Stream integration, or freaking chat on screen. What do you mean miss me? Weren't you not there on Tuesday? Maybe you were at the beginning. I feel like you disappeared. That's all. Were you? I don't know, maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe it was, I don't know, man. Insane, indeed. In Super Saiyan. Okay, I think I got everything set up. Chat's working now, cool. The YouTube side on, not that it really, yeah, okay. Here we go. Hello. It's just the second I get on here. Oh, okay, fine. Not wasting any time with the setup redeem. Push up redeem, whatever. God, I hate how it's so blurry when I first, whatever. All right. Okay, I did it. Look who stole my chair. Why is it so blurry? Focus. It won't focus. Anyway. Oops. Get over here. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome on in. How y'all doing today? Tell me about your life. Kitty, yeah, this is Luna. Hey. Hey, Tuna. Where's my gift? What do you mean gift? Oh, your subscribably? Tuna, thank you so much for that. Freaking crazy. Deep Toots on a 30 stream streak as well. Holy heckaroo. Tuna, yeah, thank you very much for the 7 months of subscribableness. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm still out of breath from those push-ups. I don't know why. Probably because I'm already sore and tired. It's a motor kitten. It is indeed, indeed. My little engine kitten. Proof I was here yesterday. Well, 2 days ago. I'm trying to think about that. Why do I feel like you weren't? I guess you maybe just had to leave later. I don't know. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? How's life? I've been playing around more with the Twitch integration stuff. It's currently broken right now, unfortunately. It doesn't work. But I'm really, really close to getting an actual app to play around with that we can actually try the like you guys can visually see the decks we're working on during or like we're playing with, and like all the cards that I'm playing with in Tabletop Simulator during stream. It's gonna be pretty cool. Should be pretty rad. And I've also recorded a video. We'll see how it goes. I apologize if I'm kind of like out of it. I'm very, very tired. But today we're going to be working on more game stuff, more mechanic stuff. Hopefully we can get through that, and then we can maybe do art this weekend. Or Tuna always remembers. Tuna, was I there Tuesday? I feel like you just weren't there for that long, if at all. Unleash the bald. It's not very bald right now. My hair is growing out. Mostly because I got this, like, actually it's almost gone now. I got an injury on my head and I just didn't want to shave around it. I bashed my head against the shelf. It wasn't great. Here, we have evidence whether you're here or not and whether I'm crazy. Hold on, live. Tuesday. Can I do this? Does it do this live, or does it work like Twitch does? Or how works like Twitch does? Yeah. I'm going back in the tapes. I think you were probably there at the beginning, but I didn't remember you being there the whole time. Bean, what up, dude? I'm lurking whilst sketching. Nice. Heck yeah. I'm Beats. That's my story. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about before I jump into everything? Oh, I made a new little guy. I alluded to this the other day, but today is Nova's birthday. You know Nova, fellow streamer. And so I made her a little guy. I think it's fun. Let me pull up. We'll show it off real quick. Nice to meet you, Beats. I'm a fucking crazy person. Well met. Hail and well met. It's a weird name, fuck. Yeah. Anyway. Good to have you here, Bean. Why is my brain not working? Holy smokes. Y'all are gonna have to keep me on track today because it's just not gonna work. Streaming, emotes, little guy. We made Nova a little guy. Hold on. All right, let's go to full screen or art display. There we go. There's Nova's little guy. Dude, every time I see these, every time I make them, I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is so silly. Anyway, we made that. Probably got to add her to the old totem pole, but anyway, I had a fun time doing it. But that's my quick aside. Well met Toots and Tuna. New band name, Toots and Tuna. That's pretty good. That's incredible. Thank you. The band name or the little guy? Both are true. Anyway. All right. Yeah, my brain is not in it today. I apologize, y'all. I'm already tired, so we'll see how today goes. We've got a bunch of different cards to go over. Hopefully we can get through them, like I said, and then hopefully we can standing desk redeem. How do I help make your brain in it? Hydrate and standing, apparently. I was just standing though. Just kidding, it's fine. Runner bean, redeem, posture check. Posture check is like one of the least used redeems I think I have. No one cares about my posture anymore. What does sending posture check look like? Like this. It looks shrimple. Tuna a piano. Did it? Oh, okay. My posture can't get any more postured. Not gonna stay for long, but hi everyone. Stay hydrated, fix bridge or something like that. True. Bridge is probably broken, I'm sure. Your posture will be backwards. Like this. That's it. Dingus. Dingus Heckin' Mortimus. Welcome on in, as always. Good to have you here. Toot. Dingus, you won't believe who's lurking right now. Okay, Schmoop. Schmoopity schmeep. There you go. There he is. I was gonna say he's gotta come out to say hi to Dingus. It's Bean. Why is shapeshifter wrong for creation? Did I write that somewhere? It was only wrong for creation because it didn't work on play. So like if you played the card, it didn't actually work. John Legume. But yeah, now because it didn't activate on play, so none of the cards like Osgathian Warrior or the Beats self-insert the Knight did not work with Shapeshifter, and now they do. So this should be called 1.8. thought I renamed these. Sometimes I think it gets buggy like that. Running hug. So I can get erased. Yeah. Where was that? Wait, where? No. Shape now works well. Oh yeah, this can't get erased because we already fixed it. Deck updates, destruction. These are probably fine too. I don't think destruction really needs more unit gen at all. Because I think Hell was just getting the wrong cards first, so I think we're fine on that. Thank you, thank you. Spear tackle in response. Sweet release. Crying cat. Hey, just remembered the Old God account. Oh, the OG. Sorry, OG. I'm like, Old God. No, original account is technically unbanned, I think. And I think I could transfer my Bitcoin with a channel point prediction or something. Do you all think I should go back? That is fully up to you, my friend. That's wild that you got unbanned or I'm surprised that they even whatever. I don't even remember what your I keep saying Old God. Your original name is. I'm actually blanking on right now. Dalamus Maximus. God, I was blanking for a second. It's been Dingus Mortimus for so long. Destruction is also really non-unit reliant, with Whale Hunter being a free tank played correctly. Yeah, but also like it doesn't always work if you have, depending on your team. But yeah, I don't think it's reliant anyway. I mean, the point is like you shouldn't necessarily have a ton of unit gen because you're destroying your own cards gives that to you. Like, I mean, that is your unit gen rather. Dalamus Maximus is original, but I don't know if, but I'm on the fence here too. I like saying dingus. Indeed, indeed. Of course, there's of course the mythic hypothalamus Maximus. Indeed. But totally recall it. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah, fully up to you, my friend. But anyway, for heroes, we got Mermaid, Mad Scientist, and Stone Golem to work on. Mermaid, we don't really need to work on. Honestly, I think I'm gonna get rid of this because we're worried it might be too powerful. But I honestly don't think I'm too worried about it. Bard, we just need rewording, and Mad Scientist and Golem. Should we just go in order? Just Bard's gonna be complicated. Let's do Mad Scientist because I think it's gonna be the easiest to go with to start. I think Dingus gets the effect that the original Dalamus fails, but I suppose it's due to language barrier, so I could stay here. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry. Took a second to comprehend what you said. Anywho's, I'm partly tempted to try to get this extension working, but it's really not necessary. It's like, it's just more of a fun thing at this point. Yeah, we'll do that later. Anyway, what do we need? We need this. Mad Scientist is getting changed with Genius, a part of Dingus. True, very true. Let's look at it real quick. Mad Scientist. I think we should just do the small nerf for now. And then we'll see how it plays. and we'll go from there, right? I think I could do a bigger nerf because it still might need it, but I think just doing the mad scientist for one target might be worth just testing for starters, and then we can go back and adjust after more playtesting. When mad scientist, or when a disabled minion is destroyed, it disables one adjacent monster or minion. It's a slight nerf, but if you have two mad scientists, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. I don't even have a response anymore. I've been thinking of one for like 5 minutes. Of your choice. Do you not specifically? Oh yeah, I should probably say of your choice. Yeah, disables one adjacent monster minion of your choice. It's kind of redundant, but we have enough room to put that in there. So I think it is. I would say it's implied, but I usually do, I think. I can't remember anymore, but we have enough room on the card that we may as well just put it. If we were like worried about how much text was on the card, maybe we would leave it out, but yeah, you're right. That is usually what we do, I believe. Usually we honestly don't even have a ton of, I don't remember, man. Wording Maximus, true. Mortimus. Wordingus. Wordingus. There it is. Wordingus Mortimus. Holy heckaroo. Yeah, dude, my brain is so out of it right now. I need a nap. I think after the stream, I'm just gonna sleep. Let's see. Sorry, just writing the patch notes real quick. Unleash the Bald. Gotta stop naming myself with words that are absolute dyslexia bombs. Honestly, I don't think anything can help it today. There's two things. One, I did a ton of reading already because I read my script for my next video, and that always like is terrible for doing pre-stream, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And the other thing is just I've been like, I don't know, I've just been like having a weird quality of sleep lately. It's kind of weird because typically I don't really dream that much. I just fall asleep and then, you know, wake up in the morning, but I've been having dreams for like the past like few weeks. I know that sounds weird, but usually when I dream, it means I'm not having good sleep, which I think is probably untrue. Like usually like when I dream, like I'm assuming like if you always dream, right, whether you remember it or not, but usually when I remember my dreams, I have like a worse quality of sleep. But maybe that's just me not liking dreams because they're weird and they make me upset usually. Mortimus is the creature of the night. Mortis is the creature of the night. True. When are we getting a sneak peek of the video? Right now. All right, ready? You ready for the sneak peek of the video? All right, there you go. That was it. Yeah, technically every night you dream because you have, every time you go into REM sleep. Yeah. That's kind of what I meant. But usually when I remember my dreams, it's usually I've had poor quality of sleep, which is weird. I don't know what that is. Probably just stressed. Screen record to get Shrek, do it. So have I have similar thing happening. No, kitty, no. Sorry, she's scratching my stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Bean. That sucks. I don't know why my sleep has just been weird. Anyway, yep. Yeah, now you can record the whole video and make your own version of it before I do. You have 2 weeks. Yesterday I had a dream. I was in massive debt, and then I realized it was a dream, so I started blowing stuff up. There you go. Nice. Maybe it's the rapture. Maybe true. I also had bad sleep, but I think we all knew that when I was watching Beats at 5 a.m. regularly for a while. It's very true. That is very, very true. Do we think we should bump up the disabling a minion costing more? Should we bump it to like 3? Let's bump it to 3. That was something Maximus suggested too. Sorry, had to scare my cat. By scare, I mean chase after her. She loves it when I chase after her. Don't you, kitten? Two for disabling 2 minions. 2 minions is always positive. 2 for 1 could be enough. I think you should leave it at 2 for now and observe. I think it's still going to be too powerful, man. Especially with Mad Scientist being able to attack. I'll put it at 3. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I am always a fan of. Yeah, nah. It's good to leave it. You're right. Because the nice part about leaving it is then people will at least test it and see if it works. If you make it too nerf, then no one will use it and then no one will care. I have an idea, but I'm going to explain it with Counter-Strike meta, so bear with me. Okay, I'm ready. Dingus, are you a Counter-Strike player? Still pretty strong though. In Harvest, you could just infinitely have disabled or enemies disabled. Yeah, I guess that is one of the things, is if you have enough units on it, you could just disable everything without even, but you still have to kill it, right? So it's like, basically there's almost, the most used gun has a cost, let's say $1,000, and there is an alternative weapon on both sides that say 1,500. Yeah, and they were almost never used in the pro scene, despite being buffed a lot of times. Yeah. No, honestly, I follow a lot of like League logic, like League of Legends logic, like a lot of their design philosophy, because they like talked about it a few times where they're like, or just like what you'll notice when they release a champion, it's always overtuned. They're always overpowered. So at some point the value is buffed, some point value buffed the cost of alternatives like 1,100, which was insanely OP. However, when the guns were nerfed back to 15, they're still being used. Yeah. Things are usually overtuned when they're are overpowered, when they're put into the game, so people will try it and then they'll go back to something more balanced. Imagine stalling endlessly with Mad Scientist while solely powering up every card. You just wipe out everything. Yeah, it could work. I mean, I think that's probably fine. Okay, now that we have done one. Yeah, I agree with you, Maximus. I definitely follow that philosophy to a degree. I mean, I think that literally happened to us with Mage's Tower, right? Mage's Tower used to be like, I think it used to be like gives you 1 unit for a card disable, which was like definitely too low, but then we buffed it to like 5, and then we just were like, oh, this card's like absolutely broken, and then went down to 3, and it's like 3's still too much, and we went down to 2, and it's like, okay, this works, but like it's not really that different from 1. I mean, 2 obviously is double of 1, which is kind of crazy, but still, like, I don't know if we would have, like, if we bumped Mage's Tower from 1 to 2, I don't think we would have used it. But now that we bumped it to 5 and then back down, it's like crazy, right? Yeah, I agree on Mage's Tower. Yeah. So we kind of already had that happen, you know? Bard, wording pass. Let's do Bard. The Bard. I will weave you a story. Oops, wrong screen. Oops. Oh yeah, I don't have these over here. Usually I have them over on my other screen. Swoop. Whale Hunter, Bard, Golem. Yes. Bard. Bard needs a wording pass. This one's probably going to be the hardest one, but there's a there's like another like indie game developer. They're not doing like board games, they're doing video games, but they have a saying that they copied from someone else. I can't remember where it came from, but it's like the saying is called like eat the frog, which means do the most difficult thing first. And for some reason, every time I think of doing the hard thing first, that's what I think of now. Focus. What are you doing in the box? Why can't it? I hate it sometimes. Sorry. Cleaning. Oh, there we go. Kitten. Yeah, it just doesn't focus. Maybe if I focus on something close and then focus far away. Better. There we go. Yeah. Kitten. Hi. What you doing down there? Do you like Amazon? All right, anyway. Wording Mortimus, here to the rescue. Yes, this one's going to be complexicated. Let's just show the card first because it's just going to be easier to understand, I think. So we're doing that thing that we... It's her castle, indeed. She is a princess. Imagine her wearing a little crown. God, that'd be cute. She wouldn't wear it for more than like half a second, but man, would it be cute. Why'd I lose the Bard? Where is he? Here he is. Okay, so basically how the card works is the base effect explains the ability. So the ability says remove 10 cards from this remove 10 units from this card. This hero attack now takes or replaces the negative death effect of the next old god card you defeat. I liked Dingus's thought on changing that to copies instead of takes. That's a good start. Triggers the gained negative death effect at the start of your turn. This hero can only have one negative death effect at a time. Okay, wait, there's typos in here too. I'm sure there is. Can you just say what the Bard is supposed to do? Basically, it costs 10 units to empower your next attack. So it takes 10 units plus the amount of damage it would take to kill the card. Once you kill the card, you gain its negative death effect and it triggers every turn, is how that's supposed to work. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, this is supposed to be now, not no. I remember that being a thing. This hero now takes, now copies. Copy, one word, two, one, or 1p, 1p. I don't know why my brain was thinking two. Copies. It's neither because, oh actually, no, never mind. Copies replaces the positive death effect of the old god card and defeat. Let me work real quick. This is only bad on wording. No, I agree. Trigger the gained. I think I was trying to keep it short is part of the problem. Like I was trying to keep it to 3 lines and it just ended up being probably less than it was worth. So would Muck make it have 2 lives? No, because that's not its negative effect. Or its effect. That is confusing though, for sure. I don't know how that works. Because it technically has 2 death effects. Maybe it would give each player a card. Would probably make the most sense. I think at some point, like some things are going to have to be left ambiguous and up to the player's decision, but I don't know. Trigger. I feel like putting like the abilities, again, this could probably be completely reworked. The abilities or ABL. This could say hero instead of card. But yeah, it probably needs just a full rework. Sorry, I have sorry, I have to respond to that later. Removed 10 units from this card. When this hero next attacks and destroys an OG card, it copies its death effect, replacing its previous one. That's definitely better. It's a little long, but the old ability was bad that it confused me. Yeah. Even though I knew what the card did. What the heck was that? Anyway. Am I done with standing yet? Can I sit the heck down? Not yet. 4 minutes. Let me get featured, nerd. What are we gonna do about it? I always forget I can do that. Remove 10 units from this. I'm gonna say hero because it can just be an icon. When this hero next attack, honestly, it's not that much longer. This hero next attack. When this hero next attacks and destroys an old god card, it copies its native death and replaces the previous one. Which basically removes the need for this hero only can have 1 positive death effect at a time. We might even be able to put that in. We'll see how this looks. Or positive death effect, not negative death effect. The positive death effect gained. Oh my god. from this card's ABL at the start the start of your turn. Something like that. That might be better. I think you could just do an art fix where you have the top part of the death effect box be negative death effect colored and the bottom part be positive death effect colored. What? The top part of the death effect box be... You're saying like a multicolored thing? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for muck. That's not really the problem because that's their base effect and that's fine. The problem really is that they have two death effects. I see what you're saying though. Yeah. No, but if someone died twice, it would give a card to the other card play. Think, oh, actually, technically, it would just work based on which time it died, right? You gain the death effect of when you killed it. Would make the most sense, right? Because you kill it the first time, you get one death effect. You kill it the second time, you get a different death effect. So I assume you get the death effect of which one you kill it with. You're right. That makes perfect sense. If you're just going to copy my thing, you should make a pass for things like units. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm working on it. You're right. Forgot the unit part. I did the hero part. Hero is changed procedurally. All right, I'm sitting the heck down. Maybe we should just take a nap on stream. What do you think? Also, it may not say empowered attack. I mean, it didn't technically say empowered attack. I just paraphrased. Replacing the previous one was kind of confusing because I could see it reading that replaces the death effect of the monster. Yeah. That could just be in the ability here, potentially. Maybe make it say replacing this hero's previous death effect. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta clear out my notifications here. Push up setup, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Holy crap, I was not paying attention. Okay, push up sit-ups. I was paying attention, just didn't cut them out. Whew, y'all, I'm tired. I'm a sleepy boy. All right, wake up, Beats. Good night. Good night, everyone. I'll see you in the morning. Fine, these two. I'm tired. I'm sweating. Are you wearing one sock? No, I'm wearing two socks, you weirdo. Where am I going? I'm just turning this off. Okay. Prove it. No. One of my socks is like a dirt stain on it. It's not appropriate for human consumption. I'm just gonna move past that. God, my allergies are acting up, so I'm like constantly like itching my nose. And there's also cat hair everywhere. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'll take a look at the death there. I'm gonna read it one more time. This might be able to be in its base effect. We'll see. I didn't get here. This, I just ignored it. Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, make it the first death effect in the negative death effect color and the second in the, in the positive death effect position. I mean, technically, yeah, so the negative death effect would be in the base effect slot. I have thought about doing that for player cards where it's like if they have a triggered effect and ability, but haven't really done that. I think I might just never do that. It does help keep the game more simple, I think, potentially, but literally just says 1 tilde. That's funny. No nap, only wake. I'm trying. Wearing a sock. Beats. Let's put beats on wiki feet. Please don't. Prove it. Those are some hands. What? I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, I did say I was going to leave soon, and there I am. Hopefully we fixed bridge. True, indeed. No. You would literally change the death effect box. Tuna, I'm gonna show you that that's not how this works. You silly goof. The negative death effect is here. If this card is destroyed the first time it returns to play, but only has 2 power level or 2 strength. And then the negative death effect is the first death, another player gets a card of choice. The second death, you draw a card. So it has 2 positive death effects, and its base effect is the negative one. You silly little goof. I'm just kidding, it's totally fine. Just a little goob. Oh, Hanes or Fruit Loom socks? I don't know. Hanes. Sorry. I'm sorry, it will never happen again. Yeah, it better not. Positive death effect gain from these this card's ability triggers at the start of your turn. Remove 10 units from this hero. When this hero next attacks and destroys an old god card, it copies its positive death effect. Maybe we just put, we don't have the replace the previous one, and we just put in its base effect, this hero may only have 1 PDE at a time. Done. Copied. I think that's good enough. I think a lot of these I'm like, I just take a quick pass at it and don't like overthink it. Because at a certain point you just get overwhelmed by too much crud. And then you're like, what am I even doing here? Hold on, I gotta do this because I can't share this information with you. I just want to update the sheet, and that requires me to take the comma separated values. Yes. No, wait. I need to publish this, and if you stole the link, then you would have my spreadsheets, which really isn't that big of a deal, but we may as well not do it. Player cards. Actually, no, it's player decks. We need comma separated values. We need to publish. We need to hit OK. We need to copy this link. We need to close it. We need to go to Dexterous. We need to edit the CSV. We need to paste that in here. We need to import the data. Say yes, I'm sure. It's gonna load, and then we are good. Let me close. Okay, that's closed. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm wearing Crash Bandicoot socks. Nice, nice, nice. No, I was reading No Way Bean and saying nice at the same time, and then it kind of came out weird. Where do you get Crash Bandicoot socks? Online. I don't disagree. Disintegrate my chicken nuggets. Ah, sorry. I couldn't read. Why can't I read? I only wear socks with food on them. Cortex sells them. That's a Cortex. I don't know what Cortex is. Good. Let's do Whale Hunter next because it's even harder than Bard. Oh, yeah, I guess so. You're right. I think this is good though. That honestly looks better too. Are we missing anything? I think this icon's a little squished and we might need to fix that at some point, but yeah. The Bard of Everlasting Song. Okay. Let's put some notes in here. Bard was confusing. Reworded to make more sense. Hopefully. Okay, we do have Whale Hunter in here. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, Whale Hunter. How to use my little guy again? That? Yes, there you go. Yes. Oh my God, just farting. Look at that. True. Little bean toot. There you go. Tuna fist bumping little bro. It's very cute. All right, Whale Hunter. Tuna, I blame you for this one. It's all your fault. Yet again. Sorry, I gotta check something. It's just Nova just went live. Sorry, I gotta check. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Sorry, I just was confused. There was a I had something going on and someone just said, oh, there's something going on this day. And I had to double check my calendar because I'm like, oh crap, do I have like overlapping plans now? I don't. We're good. I need to make like a little guy for myself. In fact, maybe even multiple guys. I kind of want like I want one that's like actually a beat. I want one that looks more like a beetle, and I want one that looks like my little avatar with like the hat. Oh shit, do it. Are we taking a break to do a little guy? I suppose we could. Tuna, what do you want me to do first? Do you want me to do Whale Hunter first? Do you want me to draw a little guy? Did you redeem a thing to do my own? You've redeemed a thing to do my own little guy for me. Tuna's got so much money. Definitely don't have a Toots crush. Nope, nuh-uh. I mean, why wouldn't you though, really? Toots is a beautiful man. All right, Tuna, I'm gonna let you decide because it's your request. Do you want me to draw a little guy that looks like my little mini me guy? Do you want a beet as in like the vegetable, or do you want a little beetle? Oh, bean, indeed. Now you're making a little heart together. It's cute. I don't need money. I don't even like it. I just want to throw it away. Is that a song? I don't know the song off the top of my head. I'm sure I might know if I heard it, but it's up to you. No, it's up to you. It's your redeem. Also, do you want me to do Whale Hunter first, or do you want me to move on? Move to that. Let's just open up Photoshop real quick. I give the rights over to you. I give the rights over to the people. To make a poll. Which one is Baby Turtle? Do I have the Baby Turtle one? I do. It's just Baby Turtle. Baby turtle, baby turtle, baby turtle, baby turtle pulls up. Thank you. Oh, that was not what the poll I wanted to be. The poll was, should the little guy be of me, my mini me, one of a beetle, or one of a beet the vegetable? Was the question. I have to make, I'm making one of myself. Okay, hold on, you're good, you're good. I don't know if you can do a poll until this one's over though. I'm gonna vote for yes, because that's funny. Let me pull up the right stuff here. Little guys. Gotta pull up the template. This is also an important poll though, I suppose. Although yes kind of ruins everything, because it means both. So whichever other one gets the most is gonna be the result. My vote is 100% mini natal bee. Okay. Might even just be able to copy like some of the assets from that. I do think it would be cute with a little hat. Feel Badge is already a little guy. Kinda. It's a little different. Not as orbular, you know? Is orbular a word? Y'all, I'm struggling right now. I'm so jealous of that bronze. Little guy idea. Mini Beetle, Mini Beats, Mini Natal Bee, Mini Nate, yes. 2, you can't put fake vote options because people are just going to pick dumb ones. You could just do this, you know what I mean? That's pretty cute. Know what I'm saying? That's pretty cute. Beats, you owe me one now. Owe you one what? One of what? Like the mob I owe you point. Oh, like for doing this. I see. I see. I understand now. Tuna, you spent those points on your own volition, which is the name of a short film I did that you can find on beatscreations.com if you search hard enough. You accepted them. I did. I did accept them. All right, fine. Because there isn't enough votes either way, I'm just going to do this idea. Because it's all a tie, we're going to do this one. I had crud all over my drawing pad. Drawing pad, sponsored by Toots. I'll call him my favor this stream. No, I'm not drawing whale this stream. Sorry. Old beats. I have 2 favor ideas. Neither of them technically the whale. I see. Sounds ominous. I guess I should do a sketch first, huh? This is step 1. I need to pull up my guy. My dude, my guy. There he is. Did you say something about not having duplicate pull options? It wasn't duplicate pull options. It was having silly options. Silly options always dilute the, like people always pick them, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know how the beard's going to work on this. I might just not do it because the problem is the face is always up here and then having the beard go up past the eyes, I think is going to look weird. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I guess the beard could go up here. It's kind of funny. Okay, never mind. This works. This is going to work. I believe. I believe in the heart of the cards. What just happened? Toot redeemed a little guy. Make the bald version too. That I can give to you without having to redeem a whole nother little guy. That I can just literally remove the hat for. You do not have to spend that much for that. We're hitting an ad. Is this our first ad? Wow, God, time's been moving so slowly. Either I can refund you for that too, or we can make you a different little guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a crazy thing to ask. Literally just take the hat off. It's literally going to be that simple. Okay, I'll do a little guy, me, and have us holding hands. Well, we don't have, little guys don't have hands, but we can be standing on each other's head or something. If that's what you want. Anyway, or rubbing noggins together. Anyway, I'll be back in 3 minutes. BRB, friends. Just put photorealistic hands holding hands together. Holding feet, I can see. Anyway, I'll be back. Jesus Christ.
I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours. If you've already seen that video, consider this the extended cut of my section. If you haven't and you're unfamiliar with them, Blackthorn Prod is a YouTube channel known for challenging developers to make games. This video was part of their engine battle series, where each dev used their preferred game engine to build a game. Of course, I'm a board game developer, so I don't really have an engine, but they wanted to mix things up and invited me to join in. This was extra exciting for me because it was the first time they actually invited someone to do a board game for one of their videos. For this challenge, me and the other devs had to make a survival horror game in an hour and a totally separate game in 24 hours. In this video, I'm going to focus on the 24-hour game because there's a lot more to talk about. If you're curious about the whole story though, I'd recommend you check out the full BTP video. But here's the quick version. For the 1 hour game, I made a battleship-inspired board game where one player, as a monster, constantly chased and hunted the other player. I leaned more into the horror aspect, emphasizing the tension of escaping the monster and the uncertainty of not knowing where the other player was. For the 24-hour game though, I wanted to hone in on the survival aspect instead. Because trying to survive a monster attack is all well and good, but a true survival game, everything is trying to kill you. Not having played a whole lot of horror games, I was limited from what I could pull from for inspiration, so when trying to decide on a vibe, Hunt Showdown kept coming to mind. It had two key aspects I like, the PvPvE aspect and its aesthetic. I wanted to make a card game this time around, and the cowboy horror theme lent itself to a few mechanics I wanted to use. So to start, I compiled all my ideas into a spreadsheet, with each card element organized into its own column. From there, I populated these fields. I added weapons like the coach gun, 6-shooter, and throwing knife. These would be used for battling creatures. Added tools like a lantern, dice, a bedroll. These are versatile cards, generally used to assist players. And finally, rations, because what's a survival game if you're not starving to death? Then there were events. These cards were the main challenges of the game. Creatures exist solely to kill you, shops allowed you to trade resources, and incidents throw unique situations at the player, often leading to them screwing each other over. Once these cards were designed in sheets, I imported them into Dexterous, which converted the data into actual cards. This program was a real lifesaver, and honestly, this challenge would have been nearly impossible without it. Basically, every heading on the spreadsheet was assigned to a zone on a card template. These zones are automatically filled with the corresponding information from each cell, generating the cards. From there, they could be ported into Tabletop Simulator, ScreenTop.gg, or a printed format. I also had time to draw art, which you've been seeing throughout the video. I went with a simple wanted poster aesthetic because it was easy and it fit the theme nicely. And for some reason, I decided to painstakingly draw wood grain for this game board with the limited time I had. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. Because if you don't, I won't give Luna any more treats. That's right, I'm blackmailing you. Anyway, with all that done, this is the Blight of Blackridge, a cutthroat fight for survival where mercenaries hunt the horrors of this cursed frontier and takes down anyone who would stand between them and their reward. Let me explain the most important.
Love how this printer just spits it out on the floor.
To make the game as cutthroat as possible,
should spoil the favor or keep it ominous. That's up to you, Tuna.
The event and gets the reward, while the loser suffers the consequences. Generally, this meant taking damage.
There's no guarantee whether I will do the favor or not.
Each player has 10 inventory slots. When
Oh
taking
God,
damage or corruption,
what am I
those slots
doing?
are then filled. The player's inventory is full of corruption or
Art
damage.
display. I'm gonna have three little guys to add to the stack by the end of this. Here I was thinking I was potentially gonna get all the stuff done we needed to today. The question is, should I just be a little floating head, or do I need to have like the little hoodie? I think I have a little bit of the hoodie showing. Well, and then like this. This is it. I always think it's a bad idea to do clothes, and then I do them, and then they're just so funny. I think his legs will be a little bit, whatever, like this. A little bit less wide. Little orb boy, he's a little orb boy. I guess I need my big old eyebrows, right? Or is it better without them? I feel like eyebrows don't... You look so angry. I made such an angry eyebrow. There we go. Look like an old man. How are we feeling about this? You'll do one of them starting with this. Actually, you'll do both. Just depends on when. Is it to breathe? Like, my favor is for you to keep breathing. Hoodie definitely, because you're tall. Put those things on your hoodie. Drawstrings? Yes. Okay. I will do that. I don't know, I just feel like this might be too much detail, but we'll see. I think it's gonna be too much detail. Push up, sit up, redeem. Looks like he's wearing a, yeah, kinda. I think part of it is it needs to be more like this, and then goes like, it needs to be a little sharper there. Yeah. Okay, dude, I'll do it. You've convinced me. It's just, yeah, it's because it goes by the nose. There you go. And it needed the face. God, it's so silly. Such a silly freaking style. I was just thinking this. How is the cooldown for workout short? So short all of a sudden. It's not. Time's just being weird. Actually, that's a good question. I feel like it hasn't. Wait, what? Yeah, I feel like it hasn't been 30 minutes. Did the stream stutter? No. Weird. I don't know. Oh wait, no. Yeah. No, this is only our third one. Never mind. I'm dumb. In theory, it's technically longer than it should have been. This. I keep a redeem open so I can watch the timer. I'm not surprised. I'm so tired. See, 2 socks. This is masochism. I don't see the timer on mobile. Yes, but see how jacked he is. It's true. I've gotten quite strong. Wind energy generated. 4 point. What? Where's that come from? Oh, from my. Yes, but look how to the next thing. Next time you collab with Beats, you are doing workout nonstop. That'll be my revenge. Holy shit. Ultra kill. Y'all, you boost my ego a lot. Just hope you know. Someone has to, you know. Especially when I can't draw a freaking circle. But we're saying what everyone's thinking. We just the only ones that said feet. Oh, what? Why? Sometimes people say things, you know? Hello? Stop. I don't need my radial menu. I cannot draw right now. Can't draw a circle to save my life. Okay, no, smoothing's not helping. In fact, it's making it worse. Bro. Part of me is just tempted to use what I have here, but it's too late. There we go, it's fine. We'll do it in increments. It's been too long since I've drawn. It's not really true, but... I get done. Me as an orb. Also, hi, Yui. I didn't actually say hi. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? Also, hi, I've been lurking for a while. The muscles you're getting using to draw circles. True. Finally convinced my doctor to let me go to PT for my sad elbow. Why do you have to convince him to do that? How many points you got? 6.5K. Nice. I'm so happy. Hell yeah, dude. Good stuff. Got 11.9 after my little guy purchase. Nice. 3-stream streak. Thank you for all y'all's patronage. Is it still patronage if you're not, like, if it's just hanging out? Is that how that works? Or do you have to be spending money for it to be patronage? I just don't know the technicalities of the situation. You know what I mean? I guess I just don't know what patronage means. I think you just spend money. Okay, I wasn't sure. I had to convince him that I didn't have arthritis or Lyme disease. That's fair. Pete, save this circle for Tooth's little guy. Save time. You know, I could do that. But who knows if Toots is going to be a perfect circle either. Also, for some reason, I like drawing like unique stuff, even if it's just drawing a circle. I guess I should template it better. But sometimes having to redraw it gives it character. I don't know. It's a good call though, Tuna.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 subscription.
Why is Uni not subbed? I wonder who that anonymous gifter was. Bitcoins are real money. What do you mean? True. I wonder. Thank you, anonymous gifter. You are a gem. Thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I think we might be like, not one of our most sub months, but most in a while for sure. Which is good. Thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate it. It does mean a lot. Especially when I'm still trying to make this thing work. On that note, I think I am going to have to potentially take on more work from my concrete job stuff, but I don't know. I'm trying to decide how I do that, whether I just like take it on for a little while I need money, or like when the mortgage comes up, you know, or if I or what, or just go 3 days full time or what, but we shall see. Did I miss anything here? Had to do a blood test. I think you have to be spending money. Oh, okay. Yeah, I read that. So I wonder who it is. Must be anonymous. No, Grot. Definitely Grot. Beats. I didn't sub today. I subbed 3 months ago. And have subs left over. Interesting. Test the drawstrings, please. It just gets in the way, you know? It's just like, I mean, I guess I could do it. I could have it go down below, but that just looks weird. There's too many lines. You're just getting too many overlapping lines for no reason. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Tuna. I tried. By I tried, I mean I just don't like it. Like, wherever they end, it's not gonna look good. Unless we just do like a little tiny ones like this. I can maybe convince to do that. But we got the pocket in. Nah, I don't like it. I think this is it. There's only so much detail we can fit into the style. I think this is it. I guess I could do... Well, they'll be in coloring anyway. It's gonna be tiny, might be the best without. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Thank you for the gift sub. Indeed, yeah. Whoever it may be. Have them slightly poking out below the chin. Yeah, it's too, I'm sorry, Tuna. It's just not gonna happen. It can't be. It wasn't meant to be, Tuna. That looks much weirder than I thought it would. Why is copying and pasting it look like that? Whatever. Actually, let's just do this. I want this color. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, right. Wait. Right, the original has black drawstrings like a nerd. White drawstrings gang rise up. That's wild. It's both wild and crazy. Whoa, goth beats, yeah. You know me. Super goth. Soup or goth? Which one is it? I guess I shouldn't do the line there. That's fine. I'm doing this on the wrong layer, but it doesn't really matter. It's not really that big of a deal. The heck? Oh. Such a silly style, dude. Can't get over it. There you go. Bald and with hat. The hat's a little big, actually. Why does it look weird? Oh, because the hat's not on top of the line art. There we go. And the hat's just a smidge big. I don't like this little guy. He seems too powerful. Wait. I only have white and gray hair. There you go. Like, he could chop me with his foot and knock me out, probably. Crazy Chad energy. He looks like he's going to give a really solid life advice without putting you down and down as you are. Is that a comment? Bald head also looks good for blinding his opponents. True. I do need to give him some shading, because little guys have slight shading. Yes, bald version now. Okay. Done. There you go. There's your bald version. I'm trying to think of the way to do this. Okay, time to call in a favor, and I will give you a choice, okay? Okay. I suppose I have to make, when I do shading here, I'm going to have to make sure that all fits together. I'll put the hat on. I'll shade it like this, and I'll shade the hat separately. Well, the hat's practically black, so it's almost can't be shaded. Multiply. Either you let me pre-order whale, or you draw the two little guy next. And well, first of all, I knew I knew that was one of the things. But I mean, the two little guy was going to be next. He literally redeemed it. He spent points on it. I mean, I guess I could do Whale Hunter next, but little guy redeems should in theory be instant dubious. So it's not even really a favor. Holding on to points is like holding on to a sneeze. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to hold on to them. Honestly, I don't think we get too complex with the shading here. Just made a little bit there, a little bit here. And then we do the light pass. Oh, should I have blushies? We usually do blushies on these, but can this be above? Can. Just on. Should be a new layer. I don't know. I don't know if it fits. I can hold on to your B coins for you, Tuna. What do we think? Do we like the blushies? I need to spend, please. Can I hold on to the B coin for you? I will spend the points and you can act like I've spent them a week later. I don't know what the price is going to be yet. I got to adjust for inflation. How do I transfer my life savings? You need a silly little number on the bottom of your checkbook. Wait, refund 2. And I will redeem for him. He will carry on with the whales. I personally like without blushies. I agree. Blushies is too much. Tuna, I think what you need is some self-control, is what you need. Magic milk whales specifically, I can't. Yes, you can. I believe in you. The Tuna I know isn't a quitter. You can do it. I believe in you. Don't tell me you can't. That's Tuna you're talking about right there. I forgot to do the light pass. It's gotta be orange light, right? Like those are my colors. Probably just like a soft light. It's a little pop of warmness, you know what I mean? There you go, cool. Same with the hat. And there you go. There's a little beats. It's too much. Let's do this. His leg's a little bit off. Looks like he's kind of sideways. It's okay if it's a little off, but there we go. Good enough for me. Probably not good enough for Toot, but that's okay. Just kidding. Toot's just the geometrical expert here. That's not even the right word. So it looks great. No, I meant the length. Never mind. I meant you're just very, like, when you do your art, it's like very precise, and sometimes I'm like, meh, you know, like that doesn't line up, meh, you know what I mean? It's a weird. Did I accidentally put a? I did do something weird. I did something weird at some point, and I don't know where it came from. Oh, I know what happened. I can fix that. That's fine. Wasabi man? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Dude, I'm so tired. nap. Okay. File, export, PNG, little beats, PNG, and then export, PNG, little beats, bald. The imperfections make it perfect. I agree. At least in this case. Okay. Imagine holding a sneeze for a month. These points burn my eyes. You know, you were the one who was excited about Black Ridge. I'm just kidding. Honestly, we didn't even do that much on Black Ridge. I really do need to do more, but I need to do more play testing. I'm not sure how to do that. How are we doing on ads? God, it's like time is just moving so slow. All right. Time for Toots, little guy. Gotta open up the template again. Whew. This is definitely only going to be a 3-hour stream. I don't have it in me to do longer. Wait 75 seconds. What do you mean? To do your little guy? I'm assuming it's another push-up redeem is what happens in 75 seconds. We need to go back to pawns. We need to pull up people. We need to pull up friends. We need to pull up Toots. Look at that guy. This should be relatively easy because I'm just gonna copy this and it's gonna turn into a little guy format. You know what I mean? It's gonna be scary without the eyes. We're gonna copy the top of the head in circle form, and then we're gonna He looks like the ditto version of Toot. That's so funny. Why Toot? Sit-ups. Yeah, the ditto episode. I can't, but I must. You mean push-ups, sit-ups, whatever? Look who's over there. Little blob. Your beard is better than mine, Needlebeam. I don't know, man. Oh God, I do not know. Oh God, I can't do this. Help. I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay. Oops, let's turn that back on by accident. Okay. I think we'll probably need to like exaggerate some of this a little bit more, but it'll be something like it currently is, where we got kind of this going on. Probably bring your hairline like farther down this way. Do you have a widow's peak, or did I just kind of make you have sort of like a more of a widow's peak-esque looking dealio? Why is it called that? I was like saying it, I'm like, that can't be what it's called, right? Is that the right word? Is that the right word? I'm so dead, indeed. Yeah, why is it called that? Strange. I'm so dead. Me too, Tuna. Me too. Me toot. Just want the hair to be like a smidge more exaggerated, you know what I mean? I should be working with my brush bigger. Let's talk about whale to bring more life back into your soul. Doesn't this not bring life into your soul? Tuna, I think you're obsessed. I don't know what gives it away, but you're kind of obsessed a little bit. I think part of the problem is again, we need it like this. The face has to fall between the, betwixt the eyes. For the record, I do not trim the space between my mustache. Are you saying that I how inaccurately portray you, or that it just does not grow there? So if the whale could be drawn before, let's say, turn 3, how much power could it have? I mean, I would say it's gonna be like it would be like a boss card to be put somewhere on the realm of World Ender or Maw. So it's like you know, somewhere around 15 power level, probably. But maybe could he be even stronger? I don't know. Kind of depends. Ironically, I will talk about it like twice after you finish, just like the king. Yeah. Dude, that's like how I feel about when people tell me to watch a movie. They're like, dude, you gotta see this movie. You gotta see this movie. I want to talk to you about it. It's like, you gotta see this. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll go see it. And you watch the movie. And then they're like, yeah, it was pretty good, right? And you're like, yeah. They're like, cool. And then you're like, okay. I don't know why you're obsessing over me watching it. Anyway. When one chapter closes, another opens. True. Philtrum. It doesn't grow there. Portrayal remains accurate. Okay, gotcha. I have a ton of old god card ideas. I've been building them up. Nice, nice. Your impersonation sounds like Gucci Dog Slim, otherwise known as Alfredo. Is that what you call Alfredo? Speaking of accurate portrayals, how do you feel about this? Oh wait, do we need to give you like... Do we give you a shirt kind of deal? And the other thing, you're just wearing like a cool, nice looking shirt. Do we do that, or do we just keep you as an orb? I feel like the shirt isn't part of your identity, so you probably don't necessarily need one. You know what I mean? Give you giant muscles. Strong arms. Unfortunately, this whatever. I like the head with legs. Me too. Yeah. Imagine being absolutely yoked ham. Yoked hams. No, I think this is it. I think this is all she wrote. Now let's fill her on in. I guess the only thing I could see is maybe making the beard a little bit less close to the eyes, like just scrunch it a smidge, just so your eyes aren't too crowded, like that. Cool. Hit the wrong button. I apologize. Please forgive me. I never got something set up for this weekend. I was thinking about maybe doing like a play test, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just get on. Well, actually, I don't know, because we're probably not going to finish everything I need to finish today. Gina, really, it's your own fault we haven't gotten to whale, because we probably would have been able to finish everything today, and then now you have me drawing little guys, you know what I mean? So really, it's your fault we're not working on whale. You know what I'm saying? What is even happening with your hair here? Oh, it's doing the old loop-de-loo. I see now. I understand. You got the old swish going on. Does this look good? I don't know. I can't tell. It feels more exaggerated than your I feel like we've lost some of the shape, you know what I mean? I feel like it's too wide. But I don't know, maybe it's okay. You look like, I like being wide. You look like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. Do you think it sucks being Obi-Wan Kenobi and then having to say hello there all the time? I'm that person that keeps recommending stuff and then people try to just move on. Dude, I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's not so much that you want to talk about it. You just want other people to enjoy the thing that you enjoyed. I understand why people do it, but it is funny. I don't want you to work on Whale ASAP. I want to dump my points ASAP. The whale is just the result. That's fair. Where the left eye meets the right side looks like it's supposed to be rounded, but it looks kind of pointy. Where the left eye meets the right side. Right side of what? The beard? Left side of the hair. Left is this direction. This part is pointy. Like that? Is that what you're saying? Or it's coming off of my head. I really want to see how people handle fighting an AAE card. Also, the positive death effect of whale needs to be... Is it going to be positive death effect or negative death effect? Is Whale Hunter supposed to counter the whale? I feel like Whale Hunter should counter the whale. I know part of your thought was like, the idea is he never catches the whale, but that doesn't make sense in the sense of like game logic, like easy readability. You know what I'm saying? Needs to be good for how difficult it will be. What if literally just lets you play around with the card? I sent you a picture. But then again, maybe I get what you're saying, because like it's a difficult card, so it probably should have a positive death effect. I don't know. Okay, so the right side of the hair looks like a croissant. Yes, it does. Send you a picture though. Just the top part looks like it could be more rounded. I'm not gonna lie to you, this isn't helping. The right side of the no, not the right side. The left. Holy shit! I can't. This is not working. This is not working for my brain. Two, I don't understand what you're asking for. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna think about that for a second. I'm gonna let it load in my brain, because my dyslexia is there's way too much dyslexia, and it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? My brain cannot understand directions. Here, well, while I think about it, are we talking about A or B? Is it this part? This here? You pointed here, but I don't know what that means. Like this part comes up higher. I'll draw it. Okay, thank you. I can't handle the left-right directions right now. And I don't know if I'm reading poorly or if you're saying the things wrong. But you did say what the direction was and then changed what direction it was. So unless you're talking about it from his perspective. The Whale Hunters counters the AAE, but it would be anticlimactic if it just hook it and to your side, and it could be so tanky it would never die. Yeah, I don't know. We could maybe play around with that where it's like, I don't know. So negative death effect would almost always trigger. Yeah, I guess I would make it bad against it, right? I see what you're saying. You're saying it doesn't flow well is what you're getting at. Do I do that better in your actual thing? Yeah, I do. Okay, I understand. It's because I copied the lines and didn't actually draw them, you know what I mean? The lines don't lead into each other that well. It's like that. Sorry, I get it now. It was not working for my dyslexia. Left, no, right, wait, this way, over here. Why do you say by his eye? Or did I read that wrong? Hold on. Why did I read, where did I read eye? Oh, I just read that. I just somehow put in, where the left meets the right side, it looks like it's supposed to be rounded. Yeah, I don't know. I was making up words. I'm sorry. Yeah, didn't I say I? Or I was thinking the I. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was working on that part and then you said something about it and I assumed it was in reference to what I was currently working on. That's my best guess I have. The context window. My context was different than your context. Anyway. This is you. I don't even eat croissants, tuna. Then you're not a cannibal. Do you ever eat croissants because they say you are what you eat? No, yeah, he's just not a cannibal. You know, he is a croissant. Looks like a croissant in both versions. You look like a croissant in both versions. Got him. Oh wait, I literally have his head here. Let's do this. Boop. It's so funny when it's large forehead. Two, you saw Alfredo's emotes, right? The ones that I made. Because that's what that was reminding me of. Okay, yeah. How do we handle this? Okay. We're about to hit an ad. Y'all better pray I don't fall asleep mid during this break. I'm gonna lay on my couch. Yeah, that was gonna look bad. Can we expand the selection by a bunch? I could just hit a larger number, but I'm just expanding it by 2 every time because I can. Okay, ad time. All right, y'all, BRB. There you go. It looks better. Looks like Jesus. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Recently, I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours. If you've already seen that video,
we're also through this video partly.
If you haven't, and here, and takes down anyone who would stand between them and their reward. Let me explain the most important parts. First is bidding, added to make the game as cutthroat as possible. Players bet item cards face down on events. The highest bidder wins the event and gets the reward, while the loser suffers the consequences. Generally, this meant taking damage or corruption, which is the other mechanic I wanted to mention. Instead of a traditional hand of cards, each player has 10 inventory slots. When taking damage or corruption, those slots are then filled. If a player's inventory is full of corruption or damage, they lose the game. Players could also choose to team up if an event seemed too difficult to handle alone. That is, if you trust your friends enough to not screw you over. Then after an event, it is mealtime, where a player has to pay a ration or suffer a corruption, or colloquially known as the slop tax. Then the cycle continues until there is one player left standing. One of the biggest advantages of using Dexterous and Tabletop Simulator during development was how easily I could update the game and test changes. I was able to get in 3 playtests within a 24-hour development period, and I'll tell you what, I am so glad I did, because the early versions of this game were not fun at all. The biggest issue is originally bidding was optional, and monster events had no consequences for skipping them. This led to players just skipping every event and eventually dying of starvation as they slowly ran out of food. Needless to say, it was boring. I'm really thankful I got these playtests in because they helped me to polish the game and make something I'm actually proud of. So thank you to my friends for that. But yeah, well, I'm happy with the direction the game went. There were definitely a few features I wish I had time to add. The biggest one was expanding the corruption mechanic, which ended up being a bit samey when compared to damage. The original idea for corruption was it represented a player's descent into madness, slowly transforming them into the monsters they fought to destroy. Upon death, they would rise again and manipulate the game from beyond the grave. The idea was to make the game more challenging for other players, but I wasn't really sure how that would work mechanically. Still, I was excited about the potential. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time and couldn't implement it. Now, I'll admit the game ended up more survival than horror. The real threat wasn't really the monsters, it was the other players. But hey, maybe the real monster was the friends we made along the way. I do plan on continuing work on this game, polishing up and ironing out a few of the issues. The main one being that cards from the rewards ended up polluting the main deck since they were in separate piles to begin with, but then share the same discard pile. I'd also like to add that corruption mechanic and make some other tweaks and changes to improve the overall experience. In the meantime though, you can play the game by joining my Discord server. There are a few different ways to play and you should be able to find one that works for you. I'd also like to thank all the other game devs from the Blackthorn Prod video for putting up with me for an hour playing my game, and yeah, go check out their channels and their games as well. Also, I'd like to thank Dual Wielded and Blackthorn Prod for getting me into this video in the first place, so also check them out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons the other day, and by the other day, I mean like a year and a half ago, and
I have returned.
This was a pretty standard fight, but things ended up getting kind of dicey. Nope.
This one. When you think about a ruins for the old god that makes all minions deal double damage other stacks, it already exists, my friend. Amplification tower. Or it could be a wasteland that draws a ton of minions. Forgot what it was called. Those gigantic whale corpse. That was Hell that suggested that one. Yeah. This used to be one of my favorite cards just because I like the compositionally, like the colors compositionally. It's cool, but I could do it way better now. You know what I mean? Yeah, this one's scary. Very scary. Dude, do you think your beard's too big in this? Like, it's definitely like less like thin than it is in this one. This one looks very very bushy. Not bushy, but it feels thicker, you know what I mean? I'm trying to decide if we make it a little more narrow or if we like that. I feel like it just doesn't match the other one is my only worry. Why is there just like a beeping outside? Meep. Someone's smoke alarm maybe? Or car alarm? I wonder if someone's house is on fire. It just stopped. No, it didn't. I have to look. I was making sure none of my immediate neighbor's house was on fire. I don't think it's a... I don't know. I don't think it's a fire alarm, but I just don't know what it is. I drew that on the wrong layer, didn't I? Yeah. Husk basically does that. I would imagine. This basically does what I would imagine the whale corpse does. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So I don't know. That seems kind of redundant, you know. Save layer check. Thank you. I should save it. Actually, it is still saved as a little guide template. I should probably save it. It's a good call. Thank you. Saved as B-Ray instead of Toot. That looks better. I like that better. He's got a little salt and pepper action going on in his hair. Chad energy. Mm-hmm. Chad, rad, dad, bad energy. I think that's it. Dude, do you like it? I think I'm gonna do all the putting them in the totem pole later because I kind of want to. Oh wait, I gotta do the shading. I kind of want to get the other stuff done today at some point, rather than not. You know what I mean? I would like to be able to get it done so I could do something else next time. I suppose I could just do it in my spare time. Yeah, that's one of the things I don't know if y'all really notice, is that I don't work on the game. Actually, you probably do notice at this point. I don't really work on the game off stream. It's just like video editing and everything else. So whatever it may be, I don't really do much of the other stuff. Pretty much do nothing else off stream. That makes sense. I don't do the game on stream, off stream. Frick, can't talk. Soft light. There he is. There's the toot. Save. File. Export. Oh wait, hold on. I will get them all on the totem pole later, whether that's next stream or something, but right now I kind of want to get back to work. No? What? Oh, I overwrote it. Okay. That's fine. Okay, little guys are done. Mission accomplished. Like, he would come up crying person on the street and ask them what's wrong. And offer him tissue. True. I concur. Yeah, husk is basically already the whole like whale carcass thing. It's just a turtle carcass instead, you know? So I feel like that's kind of redundant. It was a cool idea, though. It did just give me an idea, though. You could have it so, like, you place it at the beginning, and then as it... Hold on, I'll just be able to illustrate this better. If you worked on the game off stream, I wonder what you do on stream. That's a good question. I don't know. Probably what I do off stream, like editing and stuff, but I just feel like that wouldn't be, that's just not the content, you know? A different game. I don't know. I tried doing that for a while. I was trying to work on Soul and Armies at the same time, but so it'd be cool if, you know, you had something, I don't know, maybe it's not whale, maybe it's something else, right? Whatever, let's grab this card as an example. And then you have like a bunch of cards down, right? And then like, and some minions maybe, I don't know. So like it draws these cards. This card is like, I don't know what this card would be, but you place it at the beginning, and then every turn it swaps with the next one and puts a minion in its place. And by the time, once it gets to the end, like every time it leapfrogs a card, it places a minion down. That'd be kind of an interesting mechanic, you know? And eventually when it gets to the end, it'll stop drawing minions. It only draws minions for as many cards as there are. Obviously these ones would stack, but that'd be kind of an interesting mechanic. Might write that down. Toot, here you go. There he is. I haven't drawn you holding a foot, but we can do that later. I kind of just want to finish my I kind of want to keep working, if that's okay. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I haven't put them on the pile yet either. Yeah, I'd really like to get this I'd like to get this done today, but we'll see. Help, what was I doing? Writing this idea down. What is this under beta cards? Do we have an old god section? No, it's just under random ideas. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Anyway, let's work on fixing some of these guys up. Can you humor me for a bit? What? For sure. So there, wait, hold on. For sure, there's so much when we can do an old guys. Yeah. Of course you can. Can you humor me a bit? Okay. Why did the chicken cross the road? Let's say whale hits both adjacent cards to the target, right? Oh, I thought you wanted to hear a joke. Assuming it does full damage to all, that's 45 units of one attack. Obviously busted. Now, if we scale it down more and have the adjacent cards take half damage. Yeah, I mean, I think that would work. I was just worried about adjacent cards for a second. Because, like, what if you have a situation like this, right? Like, you have cards like this. I guess adjacent would have to mean the card next to your card, even if it's not... Even if it's not directly next to, right? Like, because what if your situation looks something like this? Obviously, you wouldn't have this many structures. Where's beach? I grabbed the wrong thing. Like, what if it looks like this, right? Like, and you attack mermaid. Is it attacking the slot here? But probably not. It has to be attacking the... We don't really have well-defined adjacencies, right? I guess it would just be the next card closest to it. So it's 7 damage, all targets take 21. That feels more fair, yeah. Yeah, it seems more fair. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a lot of damage. 5 is still a lot of damage, right? It can still do 5 for each target, and that's 15 total. That's still the same as Maw, right? So... Anyway, I think it could work. Yeah, it could work too. Yeah. Whale Hunter. We started it. And by started, I mean we pasted something here and then didn't do anything from there. If a monster... All right, let's look at this. Move a monster with a negative death effect to your side of the board. Disable it and gain units equal to its power level. It needs to say... It needs to include that it's a hero. In hero slot. It needs to include that. If a monster from this ability is destroyed, its negative death effect does not trigger and is placed into the Old God discard pile. If enabled, it returns to the Old God's board and triggers its negative death effect. Like, this almost feels unnecessary. Honestly, this part almost needs a caveat where it's like is always placed into the old discard pile, because we don't want something like Necromancy Altar or Gladiator Arena bringing it into the into your hand, because that just gets crazy. It splits the damage into thirds because it's hitting 3. Yeah, exactly. Or it just does 5 damage and it does it to 3 targets is probably the easiest way to word that. Or I guess I see what you're saying, like as 15 health and it splits its damage 3 ways. That way it's harder to kill, I suppose, is better. And that way you could almost say like it splits its damage between the next 3 of available targets rather than adjacent, but we could see. I don't know exactly what would make most sense. It also might make sense to just make it an even number so it's easier to divide instead of 15, you know? A number that's divisible by 3, I guess, in general. Just 9 damage, you know, or whatever. You said 21, which makes some sense too. So how do we have to word this? Shoot, I saw a notification, had to go. I forgot. Welcome on in, Tebow. How you doing? I'm very sleepy. I'm trying to get through this. We drew 2 little guys. They're not on the totem yet, but we did 1 of 2 and one of me. 2.5 hours late. You are indeed. Probably isn't going to be a long one either, so you probably good. That's incredible. Thank you. Probably just doing this and then you know, the 3 hours and then going to be done, but yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh God, dude, why are you so on top of things today of all days? It's fine. It's good for me. You definitely weren't here on Tuesday. Otherwise I would have been doing more push-ups and sit-ups. Am I wrong? Was Toot not here? Toot was hardly here on Tuesday, right? If he was at all. I don't believe you. What did I do on Tuesday, Toot? I need confirmation. I need other people to tell me whether they remember Toot being here last time. What am I on, push-ups again? Yeah, push-ups. I remember seeing for like 3 messages, but not more than that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was there for like at the beginning for like 3 seconds and then he disappeared. It's like you had to work or something, freaking jerk. Ugh. Technically, he attended. I'm just saying. I'm just saying he wasn't. He was here, but he wasn't that here. Strong beats. Does blowing a heart propel you off the ground? No, it gets. I mean, technically, it gets oxygen into my muscles, which helps propel me upward because my muscles function. Yeah, what else? What other I should have been writing more stuff down. What issues do we have with Whale Hunter? I think the biggest thing was the hero slot thing, right? I guess this also should say if the monster pulled moved move a monster with a negative death effect to your side of the board. Move a monster with a negative death effect. What do I call it? To the hero zone on your board. Zone, right? Is that what I use? Hold on, I gotta pull up my it's just the easiest way to pull up the rulebook. Play space, revealed zone. Yes. Move a monster with a negative death effect to the hero zone on your board. Technically, it doesn't say whether it behaves as a hero, like or it counts as a hero. But I suppose we honestly need to make a ruling when a card is in a zone that it doesn't belong in, whether it behaves as that type of card. And the answer is almost always yes. So maybe that just needs to be a rule. Because we have Golem, we have Charm, what's it called? Arcane Construct. We're starting to get enough things that like maybe this is just a rule change. Cards in a zone act as gain benefits as if it were that card type. I think that just has to be a rule at this point. Right? I think that just has to be a rule. Like some cards move from zone to zone. In that case, they behave as that card type. Does that mean Golem can cosplay as a land to boost field? Yes. Yes, it does. But Golem specifically says that it acts as that type of card. right? Golem literally has that. I was talking about that with 2 at the end of the stream last time. It moves to land, structure, or hero zone and is treated as that type. This like has enough room to say that, but Whale Hunter doesn't have enough room for that. So I think it just needs to be a rule. That's sick. That's why I love Golem. He's great. I'm a big fan. The internal battery has run dry. Time-based events will no longer occur. What? Internal battery has run dry. Are you trying to say you're tired? Are you trying to say I'm tired? Because I am tired. But yes, Golem is sick with it like that. He's referring to the brain chip in his head. That's fair. Okay, so a new rule was made to make this card easier to understand and had some rewording to make it more clear. So that's the goal here. If a monster is moved by, or if the monster moved, by this card's ability is destroyed, its negative death effect does not trigger. I think having it say from its ability really does help. Although I think we already had that. I think before though it said this card from this ability. I think having moved by is pretty helpful. We could add pull as like a keyword, but I think move is sufficient. Because move is already like a thing. If the monster moved by this card's ability is destroyed, its negative death effect does not trigger. If enabled, it returns to the... So the confusing part now is that it has the if enabled and it also has disable it, but they're not in the same sentence, right? So like, where do we put this stuff? These are all the things we need to include. But that's a lot of words. Move a monster. So this has to be the ability. Move a monster with a negative death effect to your hero zone of your board. Cool. And then I guess this is the base factor. Move, disable the ability, all other 3 are the base effect. The problem with, my only worry with, yeah, I guess it has to be. Base effect. If the monster moved by this card's ability is destroyed, its negative death effect does not trigger. Trigger. and always placed in the OG discard pile. This is gonna be way too many words, but we'll see. I might say re-enabled, if re-enabled. Return it to the old god board and trigger its negative death effect. It's probably too many words. Let's see how it looks, just at the very least. I mean, we've kind of committed to it being 4 lines instead of 3, but we'll see. We'll see. It's definitely too many words. We'll have to figure out how to, if we can make it a little bit smaller, but, or a little bit less words. It's not bad. I don't think it's many more words. We're talking about Stone Golem? No. Well, we were, but yeah, we're talking about Whale Hunter now. If the monster moved by this card's ability is destroyed, its negative death effect, negative death effect does not trigger and is always placed in the old god card discard pile. If re-enabled, return it to the old god board and trigger its negative death effect. It almost needs to say like without killing it, right? Move this monster with a negative death effect to the hero zone on your board, disable it, and gain units equal to its power level. Wait, did I even change that? I didn't actually change that. Oh no, I did. I just kind of forgot the gain units equal to its power level. Yeah. Well, it kind of has to be, right? Because this... Oh, yeah, you're right. Tuna, why do you have to make the most complicated card to exist? Trigger its negative death effect. How do I say trigger its negative death effect while staying alive? Well, it says return it to the board and trigger its negative death effect, right? I don't think that necessarily needs to be clarified, does it? Like, if it's going back to the board, it's not going to the discard pile. It specifies that it goes to the discard pile if it dies. And it doesn't go to the disc. It goes to the board and triggers this negative death effect. I don't know, man. Did I move this over here? I don't even know anymore. did that not work? Hey, if you change stuff too quickly, it doesn't work. It's so simple in theory. It's really, it's not. It's not, Tuna. It's not simple. I'll fight you. I'm just kidding. It's the door problem or whatever it's called with whatever. No, it's not the ones that mess with death effects. It's the ones that bring cards to your side of the board. Wait, was it one of the changes? Yeah. They're breaking your game again for sure. We're just trying to fix everything. Whale Hunter's just kind of a lot of words to put on a card. What are y'all doing? No audio right now, just chat. Well, someone's gonna have to tell her. I'm super biased here because I will never need to read its ability to understand it. Yeah. Same with a lot of the cards. I know what they do already. Yeah, true. That's probably one of my biggest things. Bards also has a ton of words though. Yeah, it's true. But it's not as confusing. Like Bard, I'm convinced can work. Whereas Whale Hunter, like this is just so many words. It's definitely the most complicated card in the game. Glazing Stone Golem, true. If the monster moved by this card's ability is destroyed, its negative death effect does not trigger and is always placed into the Old God discard pile. If re-enabled, return it to the Old God board and trigger its negative death effect. Move a monster with its negative death effect to the hero zone on your side on your board. Then monster is disabled and gains units equal to its strength. I don't know how else to word it, so we're gonna go with that. We hope it works. Wait, did we... Disabled cards can move units. That's already in the rules. Tebow was talking about that, but we did look and it is in the rules, right? It is under the disabled effect, so that doesn't actually need to be added as a rule. Let me send it to some people and see what they think it does. That would be great, honestly. Here, take a screenshot. Do you want me to actually just send it to you? Let me send you the card, or do you got it? The biggest problem is they might not have context what the symbols do, but there's a cheat sheet on the website. Here, I'm just going to send you both. Or I can show you this. Do you want me to send you both images? Yeah, give me half a second. It'll take me a quarter of a second. Unless Dexterous breaks, which is currently broken. Let's reload it. For some reason, the download card is hiding behind the... Well, this would be very easy if it wasn't broken. The download card is hiding behind the... Screw it. Print screen. Print screen. Print screen. I'm just gonna throw it in stream chat, I guess. I guess it could directly DM you, but it's not really much different. Gallery. these 3, send. There you go. Thank you, Tuna. I will gladly take you up on that. Okay. That's something I need to get better at, is not explain the cards to people when I'm playing with them. But I should just be like, what do you think the card does? It's like a puzzle. Yeah, right. I need to get better at that though. Like people are like, I don't understand what the card does. I'm like, well, actually it does this. And it's like, I shouldn't say anything. Stone Golem probably also needs as treated as that type for the ability. Also or only. I think also is, yeah, I mean, this is just one word change. Which makes Stone Golem even better, but let's just do it. Move this hero. Just do this. So this kind of goes along with the adding the ability, but it or the new rule, but I think this is a little bit different because Stone Golem acts as both the hero and the type, but maybe that is what it should be, right? Yeah, I think the card has to act as the card it's listed and as the card as the zone it occupies. So actually, I don't think it needs to be in here. Yeah, it does not. Now that we have the rule, I changed my mind. Yeah, so anytime, let me write that down actually. When a card occupies a zone, it is treated as its own card type and the type it occupies. Sure, good enough. I mean, that will be reworded later when I actually do the rules, but this is that's it for now. Okay, so Golem we don't really even need to touch. It just affects Golem. What do we got? We got 10 more minutes. Sorry, I want to check something. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder how long Nova will be streaming for, because I feel like when we're done, we can raid Nova. 'Tis her birthday, after all. I was just curious. Do you want to specify whether structures are disabled on disabled lands? That probably needs to be specified. That was definitely something Hell brought up. Lands being disabled or needs to clarify if lands are structures are disabled on disabled lands. I'm kind of the mind that they shouldn't be. But maybe I'm crazy. mean, structures are supposed to be like harder to have active, so having a land disabled would be much worse than having a structure disabled, but I feel it'd be so much more punishing if they were. Yeah, I honestly think it probably won't be, and then that we're just gonna have more monsters that attack lands. Like Blightmite won't be the only monster that attacks lands. Like we'll have a monster that attacks like strongest lands and stuff like that. Maybe a monster just disables lands. I don't know. But yeah, I think Blight, like, I think I kind of don't want this. It just feels maybe too difficult, but maybe it's okay. I don't know. I'd have to look through and see what makes the most sense. We had to see like how many things disable lands and what that would even imply. I kind of don't want to do it, I think. It's just too confusing, but I don't know. Keep an eye on Goddess of Creation. The ability was insane with Embassy. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Destruction, base effect rewording. God of Devotion effect rewording. Right, or it should be a base effect, not... Okay, let's just do that right away. God of Destruction. I think it's just worded weird. You may allocate units on to 0 on cards, destroying that card. I think we were deciding that there was a better way to say that, and it's probably true. I think honestly it was just off, right? You may allocate to 0. I mean, it probably could just be like, you may remove all units off cards, destroying them. No, that's confusing too, because all units. All kind of, shoot. Your 3 hours are up in 10 seconds. I'll go to the ad, which means I have like 5 minutes, but yeah, I'll go finish we'll do the next ad, and then I'll figure out what we're doing. But I am very tired. I feel like in lore, when a land is disabled, something happens to prevent gathering resources. So field harvest season ends, that would prevent structures from being... Wouldn't prevent the structure being on the land, though. Yeah. And when a land is destroyed, it feels like it means they're overrun by the old gods' creatures and therefore are uninhabitable anymore. Yeah, that makes sense. Were you just hoping to get another set of sit-ups out of me, too? You know, the returning field to your hand effect that Ocean has. Yeah. What if Ocean was flooded plains that would make the effect make sense. Oh, call it flooded plains instead of ocean. I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, I do get what you're saying. Set up time. Ugh. Okay, I did it. Cool, indeed. Oh, that's true. Maybe sea floods those lands temporarily making them uninhabitable, but since the old gods creatures don't overtake it, you can essentially reclaim it. I mean, that all makes sense with lore, right? In lore. I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about during the game too. Me and Toot were kind of talking about like how harvest works that way. Or not harvest, field. You may remove all units off of a card, destroying them. You may allocate units to 0 on cards, destroying that card. Man, I don't know what makes the most sense. It's just that seas and oceans are saltwater. Yeah. I think like the Nile River, the flooded plains destroyed the land, but leaves fertile soil behind. Yeah. I'm not too worried about that, right? I'm not like super worried about the lore. No, you're good. Maybe the sea and armies isn't saltwater. You don't know. Contributing to the conversation. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully I don't seem irritable because I'm tired. I promise you I'm not annoyed. I'm still a little confused about how destruction could, by the way, could BW be good? Be good. Yes, still here, by the way. Like, I already have no cards as it is. Well, it's because you only play single player without an extra deck. Also, destruction's great because as your, well, that's its base effect. As your cards die anyway, you get the units, right? Skill issue, I know. No, it's not a skill issue. You're just playing the game on hard mode. Harder than hard mode. You're really good at being tired, thanks. I'm unbearable to be around when I'm tired or hungry. Straight up unpleasant when hungry and tired. Fair, I feel it. My brother figured the whale hunter out in 5 minutes. What a legend. 5 minutes is kind of a long time, but I suppose for a first-time player, maybe it's fine. Also, I'm assuming you sent it and then he took a while for him to respond, so I think that's probably good enough. I feel like you hate me right now. You know, Tebow, you finally figured it out. A kid. You had to learn the symbols. Yeah, I think that's the hard part, right? Does destruction make sense currently? You may allocate units 2/0 on cards, destroying them. I think that's just a little, the 2/0 on cards is the confusing part. You may allocate, like, because like saying allocate all units off cards, destroying them. Destroying that card. Off of a card, destroying that card. You may allocate units off of a card, destroying that card. I know we're in an ad at this point, right? Yeah. Let's just finish the gods and then be done. I know I said I wasn't going to go late, but we'll go like a smidge. I want to work through the ad though, because everyone's subscribed, I think, at this point. Although who knows? Who knows who's lurking? No one. No one besides the regulars. Does that make sense? Is that better? Okay, so the old one is you may allocate units 2/0 on cards, destroying that card. Or now it's you may allocate all units off a card, destroying that card. I think that makes sense. Creation doesn't need to change. Yeah, sorry. It's just, I meant devotion. Devotion, I think, I've been thinking about it for a while. And its base effect, or its unit effect needs to be a base effect. It doesn't make sense as a unit effect. It gets confusing, and it just shouldn't be. All right, I guess I'm going to go the new ability. I want to trust myself because no one's telling me I need to change or need to whatever. Oh yeah, for sure. It's literally going to take 2 seconds. This was slightly confusing, so it is now changed. Base effect was the only problem is I think people might like this happens a lot, is that people assume because God of Destruction can allocate units off of cards, or like that's like its function, that he can allocate units off of heroes. And I don't know if that's just like people not understanding the game enough, that like you can't allocate cards off heroes in general, or if that's like a problem with the is it a problem with the god, or is it a problem with people not understanding the game? I'm guessing it's the game and not the god, but really something I want to mention. Okay, please. Police. I think it's a little of both. Is there a way to word this that makes it so it doesn't sound like that? You may allocate units. Maybe it should say like instead when allocating units, you may move units, move all. When allocating units, you may move all units off a card, destroying that card. Maybe that's better. I don't know. I don't know if that really actually helps. So you know how the cheat sheet, it says next to the unit icon that's for unit gain? Yeah, it should just be unit. That's also an error. I should write that down. I forgot about that error. I need to write down. Unit icon should say unit, not unit gain. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I'm assuming that's what you're getting at. When allocating, you may move put a comma after when allocating units. When allocating units, comma, you may move units off the card, destroying that card. Does this make more sense? Does that help? Then it's perfect. Okay. Thank you, Tuna. Thank you for helping me keep me on track here. I'm struggling, but I just want to get it done. You know what I mean? I think it's clear. I don't know how much clear, but you know, sometimes you just gotta take a little bit of a pass at it and then hope that it works out. Imtris, god of devotion. So here's the deal with Imtris. This makes zero sense as a unit effect, partly because of bridge. It's a lot clearer. Okay. Partly because of bridge, but mostly because like something like for every unit on this card, its unit effects requirements are reduced by 1. But the problem is it's not a unit effect because unit effects are activated by a number of units being on that card. So like how does like River affect it? Imtris, you know? Like River reduces the requirements by 1, but in theory, this is a unit effect, but it doesn't have a requirement. So this should be the base effect. You know what I'm saying? It's just confusing as this is a unit effect. I don't know if y'all agree, but I don't. Yeah, it's base effect worthy. Okay, thank you, Tuna. I very much appreciate you being you telling me that I'm right. Dude, that's the worst part. Like one of the things with me is like sometimes I just require too much validation. I appreciate it though. Right now I can't make decisions, so I need the validation. Okay. Unit effect was moved to base effect because it makes more sense. Ta-da. Okay. I think we probably should be done, right? I need to lay down and take a nap. I really am having fun working on this stuff. Like I'm excited to get all this stuff done and get it all squared away. And I want to do more, but I probably should be done. I'm the opposite because I glaze myself so much. The point I don't like other people praising me. There you go. Well, I'll make sure not to praise you, Tuna. You know that thank you I said earlier? I take it back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a section here at the top. Cards to keep an eye on. Because I have like notes here where I'm like, I need to keep track of these cards. And then I just don't want it to be in a separate thing. Mermaid may be too powerful, not being able to be attacked. There we go. Let's do that, and then let's just insert a horizontal line. This horizontal line got messed up for some reason. Insert horizontal line. There we go. Cool. Good job, Tuna. Wow, you're so smart. Or you are so handsome. Wait, I actually... Oh, sorry, I didn't... I thought part of that was a response. I actually like this. I mean, stuff like... Wow, Tuna, you're so smart. But you are handsome and smart. I can tell. And I'm like... I say that to myself every day, like, a million times. Tuna... You're an interesting specimen. How do you feel about that one? All right, what do y'all think? Should I be done? Should I call it a day? Should I go sleep? GTFO, okay. That was so wholesome, thank you. Look at that little fluff. Look at her. She just looks like a little throw pillow. Why is he so tired? Working hard? Yeah, I've been doing my the concrete job, which is like physically taxing. I've been staying up later working on stuff because I've been doing that. Partly because I want to do stuff because I don't have as much time. And partly because I'm having fun with the vibe coding stuff. Let me actually show you real quick, just because it's cool. Where'd it go? It's kind of currently broken because I'm trying to actually get it implemented, and maybe we'll have it implemented by next stream. But this is the wrong thing. I'm making a whole hacking. So there's like this, we named it Open Hand, and basically it has a map of all the cards on Tabletop Simulator where you can just click on them and it'll have like cards in play and hand and decks and the history of the decks. It's got a bunch of settings where you can change like the visibility of cards and stuff like that. I wonder if I have any screenshots, because currently it's broken because the server won't be able to be can't host it because I'm whatever, a bunch of blobbity blobs. But yeah, it looks like this. So it'll show all the cards, and then you can click on the cards and like zoom into them. So I've been working on this, like I've been staying up late. Thankfully it doesn't like take a lot of energy. I can kind of just be like, Claude, do this for me, and it's like, okay, I got you, fam. I don't know, it's kind of exciting because we can have our own stuff, and I think this should make playing armies so much more interactive because you guys can understand what we're actually doing. No, your arms are so freaking swole. Yeah, I know, right? It's a lot of the concrete stuff for sure. But how's the weather, by the way? If it's like here, that must be trying to. Yeah, it's been like 80 degrees out, 85. So I've been out in the sun too. Honestly, I'm probably more tan than I've been in my life, even though I'm still pretty pasty. So, but yeah, this is going to be really cool. I'm trying to make it mobile optimized for people like Tuna. So you can actually, okay, here's a view of the map. It's going to be pretty tiny. Like the cards are going to be microscopic. But you'll be able to click on the cards and be able to see everything. You can like zoom in and stuff, but it's gonna be really cool. I hope it's gonna be interesting for everyone, like to be able to see what's going on. But yeah. Mobile AE, that would change the world. It's not, the game won't be mobile, but when we're playing it, you can see exactly what cards we're playing in the game. It's going to be really cool. I hope it. I hope it's going to be interesting for everyone, like to be able to see what's going on. But yeah. Mobile AE, that would change the world. It's not, the game won't be mobile, but when we're playing it, you can see exactly what cards we're playing in the game. Is this you, Tan? Yeah, right. Good for you, pal. I mean, I've been putting on a lot of sunscreen, trying not to burn, but I was gonna raid you. What are you doing here? Hello. I guess I'm here for a minute longer. Nova, I was literally about to raid you in like 2 minutes. Oh, it's so funny. Hello. We're being invaded by burbs. Quick, hide. Now we have no one to raid. Welcome, raiders. Indeed, we'll hang out for a minute. Yeah, happy birthday, Nova. Happy heckin' birthday. Here, we'll put Nova on the screen. Hold on. Hold. Everyone hold. Hold on. Hold. 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 Sorry, I literally can't find anything. My brain's moving at like 0 miles per hour. Little guys. Nova. Where's Nova? Nova, where are you? There we go. Okay, there you go. There, we'll put Nova on the screen. It makes me laugh every time. Dude, the little guy style is just so silly. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Beats. My little guy is me. It's Nova's birthday. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we can raid Nova. It's her birthday. But yeah, nope, Nova's here. Anyway, hi, I'm Beats. I do board game content. I'm making a cooperative trading card game. So if you find that interesting, we work on that most days. But I've got a few other games as well. Survival horror card game as well. So you're about to leave my bed. No, you're good. You're good. I was kind of procrastinating on leaving, to be fair. You won't keep me here too long. We can keep the raid train going. But yeah, this is what I work on. We do art, we do game design, and yeah. So, but yeah, thank you, Nova, for the raid. I very much appreciate it. How was your stream? What do y'all do? A would actually work really well on mobile. So I technically am working on, I was doing like some vibe coding of a mobile, like a just a playable game of AAE. The biggest problem is the resolution of the game on mobile, because it is very much this format, right? So it is kind of difficult to make work on mobile because there's so many cards on a board a lot of the time. So it's, here we are. It'd be fun to pick up and when you can do a few rounds and then leave and then come back later. Yeah, so it might work. I don't know. I really got to figure out how to format the game, but it will probably be something that we can do at some point. But yeah. Hand cam art, nice. Sculpted in clay, did some traditional drawing, nice. What kind of sculpting you do? Obviously, if you have to go to, don't feel pressured to stay. But yeah, if you want to, if you need to eat or take a nap or whatever, don't hang out on my account. But polymer clay guys, ooh, nice. Yeah, I've done a lot of not a lot of sculpting, some sculpting, but I've never done polymer clay. I definitely want to try it. Do I even have my sculpting stuff on my website? I don't know if I do. Oh, I got a few of them. I got this lady. I did this dryad planter lady. I sculpted her. It's hard with the cheap stuff, which is what I was using. Yeah, I heard that as well. Or I tried using some of like the knockoff brand, like whatever. Yeah, I didn't have great luck with it. I would go crazy for some more traditional natal B. I mean, I could do sculpting. I don't think I would do traditional drawing. It's something I've never really done that much of. Sculpting I could see doing. Do I have my little dragon one? I don't think I do. I also sculpted this. There it is. It's just never gonna load. No, stop. There we go. Hello, Independent. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome on in. Are you? No, okay, sorry. I was trying to tell if you came with the raid or not, but all right, I'm gonna go rest. No worries, Nova. I'm probably there with you very shortly. Best joke ever concocted. Would you? Nice. See ya, Nova. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for the raid. I will probably bring your community somewhere else. But yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you dropping in. All right, last thing I'm doing. Let me look at my... I want to see if... This has made me wonder if I have pictures of this. Props. Where's my dragon? Ah, there it is. Where's the final sculpt? It's the final sculpt. There he is. Look at that. Look at that little guy. This is probably the best sculpt I've done. And then, of course, I painted it. There we go. I was excited to finally catch Nova stream too. I know, right? Womp womp. That's my fault. I should have just gone. But yeah, I did that. Yeah, this is my old, oops, wrong button. This is my old work. We had that coming out of our wall. In theory, I could just cast more. I've got the mold. But I did not make the dragon on the wall. Do not make a Luna version of it. Like black and green eyes. That'd be cute. Which is basically just toothless. But yeah, that was something I did. Any hoodles. Yeah. Should we bring everyone to bring everyone onward, bring them over to somewhere else? Because I am tired. But yeah, it would be cool to do. Maybe we can make a goal of doing. Luna is related to Toothless. Then why she bites? Because Toothless also bites. Toothless has teeth. Yeah, now I don't know who to raid. I was so sure of myself. I was like, this is it. It's funny because on my thing it still says Nova streaming. Nova just raided and then left and then went back, whatever. Yeah, retractable. Indeed. Anyone got anyone? Anyone we should raid? Anyone at all? Necrostreammancy? Is this a raider? Is this a someone who, is this a person, or is this you just saying things? Otherwise, I'm just gonna raid an artist, as per usual. There's a mushroom person, a pun. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I couldn't help myself, even no one understands. I get it to an extent. I know what you mean, but let's oh I was like, let's raid this person offline. I just can't catch a break, huh? Hydrate. Cheers. You do it off stream. How is half an hour past? Okay, fine. Damn it, Toot. Or Toot, or yeah. It's been like 40 minutes. How? I need to get out of here. There, one clap push up. Just for the heck of it. Mostly because I wanted to see if I could do it. Please do. I wasn't on top of it. Didn't do it last time because I was eating, so I get another pass. Heck yes. 2 for the inconvenience snipe. I'm amazed you're still awake. I'm trying to get out of here. We're literally been trying to raid. And then well, not trying to raid, but I was just rambling for a second and then Nova raided. And then I'm like, okay, time to go. And then now I've just been rambling. How about this? I'm not blaming Nova. It's my fault, really. Who are you? You know what? Random artist, go. Bean keeps coming back right when I'm about to leave. But yeah, it's time to. It's our time to go. I'm gonna raid this person. I picked an artist. I'm trying to be better at just picking someone and going. This feels personal. We're out of here, Beat. We're out of here. See ya, Beatster. Indeed, I am definitely very tired. My brain is mush. This feels personal. I'm so tired. I need to just be done. I appreciate y'all. It was good seeing ya. I'll be back on Sunday. We'll see if I can maybe get a playtest scheduled. If not, we're going to just do more of this. Anyway, goodbye. Love y'all. Toodaloo. Goodbye. Tootsaloo. Toot Maloo. All right. Bye.